is, folks. We're here. Welcome to the Greasy Heaven podcast. We're finally fucking here, dude.
Oh yeah, hello.
What's up, everybody? I'm Greasy Dan. If you don't know who I am, I'm just a dude that does MGS speedruns and shit. And here's my co-host. Fuck, I'm pointing the wrong way.
Hello, I'm Yaruki-chan. I'm a VTuber, a Polish VTuber, a fanboy VTuber. By signalized by my lovely skirt. I'm not going to reveal because I'm only half body. Um, yeah, I stream various stuff, like whatever happens, like to be on my mind. Currently I'm like on a semi hiatus. Don't feel like currently streaming at the moment because just mentally dead.
Yeah, right.
Uh, yeah, I just like stream various things. Yakuza, for example. I did stream also Metal Gear Solid, that's for sure. Obviously, wouldn't be a Greasy Heaven podcast if it wasn't, with a second Metal Gear fan.
Right.
I don't think so, at least.
Yeah.
Um, am I allowed to shill?
Are you allowed to what?
Shill, self plug.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, I stream like over Twitch on twitch.tv/Yaruki-chan. Fuck, I don't know. Alright, you go.
Yeah. Well, actually, I guess you haven't like seen the layout, but under each of our faces, I've got our usernames, and as you see from the logos I've put, you can find each of us on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter as well. So,
Yeah, I don't see the layout because your webcam isn't loading for me. You could at least show me your screen.
yeah, right.
Yeah. So, what are we gonna be talking about, Dan?
Man, well, you know what? Let's just bust right into it. Let's have this discussion. Yuruki, what is the best Metal Gear Solid game?
Metal Gear Solid game. Well, that depends on the mood. I wouldn't say I don't think it is Metal Gear Solid 4. That's a definite
No,
definite no for me.
no, Metal Gear. It's not even a
In
contender, unfortunately.
in terms of gameplay, Metal Gear Solid 5 for sure, I think.
mm, indeed.
But for the story, it's rather difficult. It's really difficult because like all of the Metal Gears have like amazing stories.
Yeah, I actually remember the
Uh,
first time I played Metal Gear Solid 5 back in, fuck, when did it come out? 2014? Little Dan playing away at that shit. And I remember just like spending all my time ass blasting through this game, like because I was trying to like find the plot. I was trying to get through as much of the game as I could because I was like, where is the plot? There has to be some. I'd go back to Mother Base and a cutscene would start and I'd be like, plot maybe?
yeah, a lot of the plot was just hidden behind the tapes as
Yeah, the
like
fucking
not
tapes, dude.
having a
Yeah.
codec. I wish you could, have like how the like characters would speak sometimes, like to like relevant information. Oh, boss, you scan this document and it does this, and it just points you to the
That's
direction.
an enemy gunship.
Yeah, but it would be great if they had like conversations, like in real time,
Yeah,
when
exactly,
you're
right?
doing like when you're doing a thing, not like stop and listen to the codec, but I mean you could stop if you wanted to, but play and also listen without having to like go to the cassette tapes. If it was to be, sorry, gibberish. Uh, if it was supposed to be like, oh, just like extra stuff if you want to listen to more fluff, sure. But a lot of the plot was just in the tapes.
Right.
So story definitely doesn't go for Metal Gear Solid 5. It does have like I think one of the better gameplay. Although I still like the feel of Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 and also 3.
Mm, for sure. Definitely the biggest upgrade, and
Hmm.
of course it happened with 4, was fine. It fucking took them till 2008 to be like, okay, fine, you can move while crouching. Like, fuck, thank
Yeah,
you.
that. Yeah,
I've
that was
recommended Metal Gear
annoying.
to people, and they were like upset. They're like, "What kind of fucking game doesn't let you move while crouching?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I didn't make it. I don't know what you want me to do."
Although I did like, I used to think Peace Walker was one of my favorites actually.
Fucking Peace Walker is really good. I would almost say for favorite Metal Gear, I would almost say Peace Walker because I had a really good time with that one.
Yeah, I used to be like younger and I used to grind the hell out of the game,
Fuck yeah.
which is ironic because when I like used to actually grind for the game, through the game, uh, to like get maxed out mother base, maxed out equipment, I skipped all the cutscenes. I listen. I like was younger. I didn't understand English, at least not to like understand most of the things that were being said, and also didn't have the attention span to listen. So I skipped everything over so I can have the gameplay. Nowadays, I try to listen to the story.
Yeah. Cause like the first time I played, well, my first Metal Gear game was actually Metal Gear Solid 4, and I was 8, my guy. I had no fucking idea what was going on in that game. I was just like, haha, gun go brr. Like when I first played Metal Gear Solid 4, like I didn't stealth whatsoever. Like every moment of that game when I was 8 was just like a full blown assault. And like I watched all the cutscenes and I mean like paid attention as much as my 8-year-old brain could.
Mm.
But like I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Neither have I like had any idea what's going on.
Even now, as a grown ass man, I revisit Metal Gear Solid 4, and I'm like, what the fuck is this game about?
Actually, I found a sort of funny story, I guess. When I was younger, and so was my brother, and we were like getting into Metal Gear Solid, which my brother did introduce to me. I'm not sure if it was the PC port of Metal Gear Solid 1 or was it the uh on the emulators. Like I used to actually play at the PC port, but I don't remember which was the first. But apparently my brother, which was still is older, says that he was actually scared to play the full game, like the actual Metal Gear Solid game, and he would just play on VR, and I would play the actual game. Like I don't know. Like I didn't find it like scary. I just kind of played. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Oh, I can shoot people. I can stab people's necks. That's fun.
Sure.
Yeah, and I also used to do a lot of like VR missions. 100% definitely. Nowadays, when I try to do VR missions, it's just like a boring grind fest.
Ah, yeah, I know, right?
It's actually like difficult
It's yeah.
to try to like not get bored. I don't know.
Actually, VR missions, in Metal Gear Solid 2 in particular, I
Hmm.
think is actually what like got the gears turning in my head for speed running. Because what I was trying to do is I was trying to get the best possible score on a lot of missions, which
Oh, I
like
see. I see. I
which
see where
just
this is
revolves
going.
around right, it basically just revolves around completing it as fast as possible, and
Yeah.
like no kills, no alerts, all that good stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of where I started to get really really technical, um,
Mhm.
with the game. And then eventually one day, one day I was in my fucking living room, and I was getting into speed running, not doing it myself, but like watching YouTube videos about it, and actual runs themselves, and stuff. And like I was just on my couch having some beers one day, and I was just
Hmm.
like, I'm gonna speedrun Metal Gear Solid 2. I've played this game a million times. It's easy. And my final
That's what I'm
time
saying.
was like 155 or something, which now I look at and I'm like,
I mean, that's not a bad first run, right?
you know what? Exactly. Because, I mean, like, that's kind of, with a game of the length of MGS2, which is about an hour once you really like get it down and optimized. Like for a
Hmm.
starting point, sub 2 hour is a good starting point. If you can crank it out in less than 2 hours, you're well on your
Hmm.
way.
Uh, Fair enough. I started also like sort of my speedrunning adventures. I didn't last very long, but I did do. Let me recall. I did Need for Speed Carbon. I did Metal Gear Solid 1, and I think I did some other game. Um, San Andreas, I think, but only Los Santos percent because I never had that attention span to actually play the full game, in one sit, one sit, one playthrough,
Oh
in one sitting.
yeah.
I'm sorry, no brain. Uh,
It takes a long time to like to speedrun the original version of San Andreas. Like that literally just is you play all 100 missions as fast as you
yeah,
can, and that takes like I think world record is like it's
it's about
definitely
like
in the four
five,
or
four
five hour
hours.
range. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but I did start my first speedruns with Metal Gear Solid 1 on emulator, and I'm pretty sure I did easy because I didn't even like I didn't like play on the emulator so much that I had like extreme unlock. Because I have like phases where I just play a little bit, then delete the emulator, then do it again, do it again, do it again. I never had like consistent saves,
Right.
and I was like, I sort of know how to do it. Like it's not like there's like super major glitches. Of course, there are glitches like the torture skip,
Mm.
which has the game totally freaked out by how I've seen it. But like I did all bosses, well, only did all bosses, and I found it fun. Went through the whole game, full experience, and yeah, I don't remember which time I used to have like the first run. I'll try to pull up from my old archival.
Um,
Uh,
have you seen PC any percent runs with
uh,
like the PSG1 glitch and shit?
the what glitch? Come again?
There's a glitch with the PSG1. I have no
God mode,
idea.
God mode.
The yeah. Okay, yeah. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and they
I
use it
want
to
to
like
say,
walk out of bounds, and it's
yeah,
really useful in
to
some
get past Wolf
situations.
2,
Yeah. A couple other
because
places too.
there's like a trigger to finish Wolf 2. Um, if there are like some speedrunners watching this, some of them may recognize my voice, maybe not, because I've been out of the speedrunning community for some time. But whatever. Well, according to my thingy here, I had a sub 2 hours for Metal Gear Solid 1, and then I had improved it to 148. Uh, that probably isn't like up to date because I probably had stored it on my Twitch and then deleted it, of course. So I
Mm.
did that for a little bit. I had some sort of like a friendly rivalry with another user. Actually can recall him if I can just pull up the speedman.com. Also did like some meme category. I think it was called the Black Lung Challenge, where I had
Yeah,
to have
Black Lung, dude.
cigarettes all the time. Hold on, Metal Gear Solid.
They do have that challenge for
Yeah, I know, I
MGS2.
know, I
I
know.
didn't I didn't think they like I didn't think it was actually a category that existed, and K, I give the MGS2 SRC team a lot of shit. I do. Okay? I know I do. I know it's a little too much. I know I need to chill out. But the Black Lung challenge in MGS2 is called SIG percent.
Wow, that's just
There was already a name for it, and you picked a shittier one. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm gonna back off now.
Yeah, as I said, I had a friendly competition with the user Roxorface, something like that. I can pull up the thingy on your Discord with this guy. I had fun sometimes. Like, we had similar times. We sometimes upped each other. He topped me. Yeah, but that was fun while it lasted. I probably just stopped because I just run out of patience.
Yeah.
But we're getting like very off topic. We were talking about the best Metal Gear, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, so we were talking about San Andreas a minute ago. Have you seen the 13-minute San Andreas speedrun?
I know what you're talking about. I think it's like from the shitty Android slash Windows 10
Yeah,
port of the
exactly,
game.
exactly. Yeah, it's a fucking mobile port, and they found a glitch to not to skip to end of the line because end of the line is actually three separate missions. So
Wasn't it two?
no,
No,
they skipped they skipped to end of the line three, literally the last segment of the game. Like you'd think
yeah,
it'd be
really.
like end of the line like one, and then you have to play the whole thing and fight Big Smoke and all that, and like or like end of the line two, you know, like oh this is as close as we can get. Like no, literally to the last segment of the game. It's like how
Yeah, you do like I think it was something to do with like the vigilante missions and some
yeah.
timing, like some frame perfect timings, and then starting the mission
Spamming
Ryder.
pausing to make Ryder's voice line play
Yeah,
over and over again. You know what? I take it back.
like all still.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like whack, but I mean it worked.
Yeah, it's a goofy run to watch, and you know I when I see short runs like that, like short runs really entice me because like um as far as learning a speed run, it's like you know a lot of the times
Probably
it's
complicated.
like you're gonna like this one run is gonna take an hour and a half once you've optimized it. Starting out like you better be ready. Like I still want to learn Resident Evil 4. I haven't forgotten about that. I haven't given up on that. It's just like that is going to be a huge fucking undertaking because I've actually only played that game all the way through once in my life. So,
Oh, bro, that reminds me. I used to. I also did a speedrun of Bully, which I only completed once, and I completely did it like blind, just went no experience, just went in from like start to finish. I have no idea what I was doing, and I think I had like the worst timing on speedrun.com. Besides two other users which had 6 hours to their one, I think I had four. And by the end I was like just dying. Like I asked my brother, hey, can you like pass me like cola so I can like have the sugar help me?
right. Dude, I actually played Bully so much growing up, dude.
Yeah, no, that was a good game.
My buddy too, a good buddy of mine, IRL. He like if he was here right now, he'd fucking fly up out of his seat. Yeah, dude, fucking Bully, man, cuz like he'd like come over to my house and we'd play it and shit. And did you know they made a Wii version?
Yeah, I think I know.
Yeah, and then you can
Yeah.
like use the Wii controllers to like actually punch and it like makes sounds and like I remember I was jealous because I was like, "Oh, this is so cool. You actually get to like punch and there's controller feedback." PS2 version is fucking whack compared to this.
Yeah, but at the end I think everyone would just get tired after like an hour of gameplay, like, you know.
Oh, now? Oh, now? No, fuck no. I'm playing with a controller, B.
Although to be fair, like if VR games can be popular and you like, you know, have to actually use your arms and stuff, then you know, maybe not too far fetched. Back to the topic. That's Metal
Yes. Yes.
Gear.
Best Metal
We
Gear.
kind of detracted.
That's all right.
So
That's kind of the whole point.
gameplay, Metal Gear Solid 5. I think we can agree. Maybe tussle and stuff from like Metal Gear Peace Walker. I don't know. I just felt like something's more special about Peace Walker. Definitely the cutscenes, Portable Ops and Peace Walker.
Mm.
I loved like the comic
Yeah,
versions.
dude. And I didn't like that at first, but over the years I have like super come to love it.
Yeah. In terms of story, I have a hard time. What do you think?
I don't know because well, the question of which Metal Gear Solid is the best one. I mean, like I kind of try to think like what makes a Metal Gear Solid game, and you need that stealth action gameplay, but you need that story too because that's like again that's why Metal Gear Solid 5 was so disappointing, and that's why I wouldn't say Metal Gear Solid 5 is the best one because gameplay wise, if we're strictly talking about gameplay and not the whole package, 5 is the pinnacle of the series. Objectively, like it's
Right.
fuck, it's so good. Oh my god, not I want to go boot it up now, but uh, like whole package, you gotta have that plot too. So it's somewhere in between 2 and 3 for me, and like for my personal tastes, I want to say 2, but I almost lean more towards 3 because 3 has like more story substance in the form of like actual cutscenes, whereas MGS2 suffers dearly from something that I've diagnosed as we didn't want to animate cutscenes, hence why there's 7 hours of fucking codec calls in that game.
That's fair.
Yeah, man.
So
So
I think Metal Gear Solid 3 has like more room to work with because it's the chronicle origin, right? The first starting point chronologically.
yeah,
So it could do like whatever like with the big boss character.
yeah, dude.
Well, Naked Snake 2 big boss.
Right. It was funny, and like of course, as a kid, my capacity to connect the dots isn't gonna be there too much. And even now, I'm horrible at connecting dots. But like when I was a kid playing MGS3, and then I got to the end of MGS3, and the guy's like, "I award you the title of Big Boss." And that's when I made the connection. Not 1 second before that. I was like, "Oh!" You know what else? Back to Metal Gear Solid 5. You know, at the end when it's revealed that you actually weren't playing as Big Boss, you were Venom Snake, body
Yeah.
double of Big Boss, and like the signs are there before that twist comes. Like,
Yeah, for some reason, like I always like wondered why does the game ask me for like my name? Whenever they ask you for your name, I think it was in only 2 and 5, and it's like revealed to be like, well, in 2 it's like I'll pick
yeah,
my own name, and in 5 it's just like, well, you are you literally are playing yourself,
yeah.
cosplaying as Big Boss.
And like, and so we see Big Boss at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4, right? And then,
Mm.
you boot up Metal Gear Solid 5, and oh, here you go. You got Big Boss now. With the horn sticking out of his head, face scarred up, missing an arm, and I still beat myself up that I played that whole game through, and not once was I like, hey, at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4, Big
Mm.
Boss has both of his arms, his face looking pretty clean, and there's no horn sticking out of his head. Hmm.
Yeah, when it's like when you think about it, it's like, well, how would they like even retcon that when he has horns and missing an arm? Well, okay, he could have like just not show the arm at the end of 4, which could
Right.
make sense. But, like Ocelot like kept his arm hidden up until the end to reveal that it's a mechanical arm now, not liquids. Um, but yeah, like something was like obviously off.
Yeah. Crazy. There's and like I've been watching Bleach lately. Have you ever watched Bleach?
I never watched Bleach.
Oh, dude, I highly
Actually,
recommend it.
as much as I love anime, and as much as I am a cute catboy anime fanboy ubu, I don't really watch a whole lot of anime. I think the last anime I actually watched was, I don't remember, like maybe 2 months ago, maybe, and that was Tekken Bloodline. Because I was so excited for Tekken.
Mm,
Because oh my god, Tekken got a fucking anime. Let's go. I think it was
right.
pretty fun.
I need to watch. They made a cyberpunk anime, and I just spent like fucking 2 weeks of my life playing cyberpunk every spare second I had. So they made a fucking anime for it. I better go watch that.
Mm.
But so
What about
Bleach, Bleach recently came out with some new episodes, and it's got some more episodes coming in July, which I'm super stoked about. Um,
Mm.
but with the most recent string of episodes came a certain plot twist that made me fly out of my seat. So I finished with these new episodes, and I'm going back and I'm watching the OG series now, and kind of like with MGS5 almost, like watching the OG series back, knowing about this plot twist from the new episodes, like it's almost obvious. Now that I'm watching back the old episodes, I'm like, oh my god, like how did I watch this whole show and not even think of this, plot twist they introduced as being a
Hidden in
possibility?
plain sight sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, literally. And it's kind of like I think that's really cool. When they can do that, they can like dangle it in your face, but you don't actually realize it until they tell you, and then you're like, you
Yeah.
fucking bastards.
Well, I've never seen it Bleach, so don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, dude, highly recommend it. The whole thing, old episodes, all of them, even the filler, and the new episodes are all available on Disney Plus.
Or if you're like me, everything is for free. Where you
Yes.
get it from?
You
I'm
didn't
not
hear this from me,
transparency.
but if you don't have a Disney Plus membership and you're interested in watching Bleach, you're gonna want to go to 9anime. I don't know. They change their 9anime
I
changes their
just
extension every 2 weeks.
uh
Like I have bookmarks for certain animes that like I watch, like Dragon Ball for example. And like I went to watch some Dragon Ball the other day, and I clicked on my bookmark, my 9anime
mm,
bookmark, and it was like 404 page not found. Because I guess they like constantly have to change their URL, probably like to avoid getting shut down.
okay. Can you give me like a minute? I have to go to the kitchen real quick to grab the pizza.
Oh yeah, hey, no worries.
Just like ramble for a minute.
Yep.
We have
Okay. Yep. It's
little
it's
space.
it's all okay. It's all me now. Perfect. No, it's fine. I can do one man show. Hey guys, how's it going? Oh my God, this fucking VTuber model is still here and twitching. It's hilarious. Holy shit. Uh, yes. Things and stuff. Y'all motherfuckers like mommy milkers? I'm a huge mommy milkers enjoyer myself. You have no idea how much I love mommy milkers. And what else? Pussy, bro. I don't know. Oh, I gotta wait. I gotta wait till Yuriki gets back. Hurry up, Yuriki.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
there he is.
Apologies.
No, no worries, no worries. I just,
Right.
I just had a funny
What are we
thought.
saying? What are we saying?
Uh, there's this guy, a coworker and a buddy of mine, and he's like the ultimate horny because this guy every day, every day he's alive, he's like, he's having like a dilemma, and he's like frustrated. He's like, oh man, fuck man, and it's like, yeah, you good, bro? What's going on? He's like, fuck, bro. This is exactly what he says. He's like, I just want to fuck some pussy, bro. Oh my god. And now, now that I'm thinking about it, and giggling about it, I'm gonna like go in today and be like, say the thing. So
Right.
for best
So
MGS, I feel like we've would we say three? I think I would say three. Even though I personally prefer two, I would probably still say three.
mm, with like introduction of like camo index and the guard vision, yeah, the stealth mechanics are like more up to what you think of Metal Gear, especially when you think of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
So I mean that would make sense, I think.
I like that, and the hunting and eating mechanics too. I always kind of forget about those, and they like slip my mind and stuff, you know. But like, that was fucking cool. I mean, like,
Hmm.
I I don't think they could have implemented it into future titles. Like, if they had that same food system and shit in Metal Gear Solid 4, like, what the fuck, right? Like, and 5 too. Like, if you would have had to eat, I think it would have just been annoying. So like, I'm not mad that it didn't make it to later installments, but I still do really like the feature.
I mean they could have introduced it as uh like like a weapon wheel, just like you go to a separate menu and just like press spacebar or something and you just eat it and that's it, so you don't have to pause.
Right. Well, that's one annoying thing about like all the menus in Metal Gear Solid 3. It feels like you got to pause every 2 sec. Like, you crawl to a new surface and you just watch your camo index fucking tank, and you're like, shit, wait, no, wait a minute. And then, oh my god, the cure menu, like, I mean, like, if you're running through the game and like, and you know like what you're doing and how to not get your shit rocked, like, you'll almost never have to open the cure menu. But like, for example, like when I was a kid and, you know, sucked at the fucking game, oh my god, I must have spent hours in that cure menu because half my fucking life bar is red, and I'm like, you know, I better go patch myself up a little bit.
Fun fact, you can increase your health size if you like partially heal your wounds and just leave them to heal on their own in the game.
Really? That's how you do that? Okay. Because,
Yeah, you just like apply like one or two um cures, fixes, whatever, and you just go in game. Just like 2 or 3 seconds like later, it's all healed up on its own, and you have more health.
okay. Because I noticed that, I think I was watching like a playthrough or something from this streamer I like to watch, and I noticed like cuz I'd been watching since the beginning, and then like I was kind of ducking in and out, and then like paying attention again 4 hours later, and I'm like, "Wait, he has more health than he did before. How the fuck did he do that? I don't know how to do that."
Yeah, but whenever you want to do that, you have to like get your the red bar status, like get injured,
Yeah, you got to get your shit rocked first. That's the key. That's the key to
which
strength.
doesn't work really well if you're planning to do a big boss run, because I'm pretty sure you only have like 3 or 5 injuries max for big boss runs.
Right. That was the other thing about MGS3. It started tracking more stuff on your score screen, like how much damage you took and injuries, and like, just
Metal Gear Solid 2 did that.
no, no.
It did track how much damage you take. You literally cannot get like big boss if you take too much damage.
But I'll believe you.
Not really. MGS2 big boss rank requirements. Big boss and box round requirements. Metal Gear Solid 2. Damage taken under 10 life bars on extreme. 499 damage or less. Under 9.3 life bars on European extreme. which is 279 damage or less. DMGA amount.
Okay, well, I learned something new today. I didn't think it had anything to do with it because there's
Yeah,
nothing.
you cannot also like fire more than 700 bullets.
Right, because these stats they don't show up on the score screen, so I just assumed they were irrelevant. Well,
Yeah. And also there's like something called mech destruction, which
yeah,
is
yeah,
weird.
I see this now too. You can only destroy a limited amount of ciphers, gun cameras, and surveillance cameras. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, but I think that is only like for the original PS2 Sons of Liberty, not like relevant for Substance or HD.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I
Yeah,
see. It
there's
has
under
this in the
there.
notes there too. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I did like do big boss runs of the game. I still have yet to do big boss on Metal Gear Solid 4. I just cannot get myself to do it. I don't know why.
Dude,
It's just horrible.
I've never done a big boss run in my life. Like, and furthermore, I've never beaten a Metal Gear Solid game on the hardest difficulty. I tried European Extreme. I actually tried a few times a European Extreme on MGS2, and it just was not happening. And
Yeah,
I'm
the
probably gonna try
difference.
again. I'm probably gonna try again
The,
and on
the
stream. So if you want
difference
to watch me lose my
between.
shit,
Sorry for interrupting you.
it's all good.
Yeah, Extreme and European Extreme on MGS2 is like actual massive difference. It's like Extreme and Extreme 2, actually. But yeah, the first few times I did Big Boss Run on Metal Gear Solid 1, I think it took me 2 or 3 tries because I somehow killed too many people. But I eventually got it. So yeah, that was nice. I don't have my stats for Metal Gear Solid 2. I know that I finished Metal Gear Solid 2 on the PS3 emulator, and I'm pretty sure I also did that for. Did I also do that for Metal Gear Solid 3? I don't think so, because I have like black bars, so PS2 emulator maybe. But yeah, most of the games are done within 2 hours.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's another stipulation of Big Boss is you've got a time limit.
Yeah, that's what I also heavily dislike, because it tracks from cutscenes as well. What if I want to watch the cutscenes?
Yeah,
What if
exactly.
I
Yeah,
want to
you're
have a
like,
perfect playthrough and also watch the cutscenes?
yeah, right.
I guess I'll go fuck myself then if I cannot do that.
Right. That's actually something I disliked about MGS5 because I a lot of times I would go for S rank on a lot of missions. Because I mean, it's so satisfying. You see that big golden S, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Yay, I did it!" But like, one of the things correlating to your score, if you're going to get this S rank or
Mhm.
not, is your completion time. And like, I dislike that because when I play Metal Gear Solid 5, like, I play with like a very slow, methodical approach. I try and mark as many enemies as possible, and like actually I don't just start like moving and moving towards the objective. I like actually make a plan and a route in my mind. Like I play very slow and methodically, and the game kind of punishes that if you're going for S ranks because um like you did the mission perfectly. Like you even got the no traces bonus, but it took you 30 minutes. So fuck you.
Yeah, and like it's not about if you have to like do the mission like at this time limit. The real like thing is just the score. Like if you just need like X amount of points to S rank, as far as I recall,
Yeah,
and time
exactly.
gave you the most points.
Yeah.
Okay, perhaps another topic. because we went on the Metal Gear stuff and also other things for like past half an hour.
Past 41 minutes, actually.
Yeah.
Did you have a topic, or are you just like, let's...
I'm asking you to do
Oh,
something.
fuck. What do you think this is? Do you think this is my show? You think I got all this organized and ready to go?
Yes.
Come on, man, what the fuck? Oh, shit. Oh, so randomizers. Do you know a lot about like randomizers and stuff?
Randomizers. I do recall them for Pokemon. I think it's like probably their biggest use, right? At least that's what I think.
Yeah. I've
Like random
never.
Pokemon, like you can get a Mewtwo or like whatever legendary at like the first area you go.
There's another really cool Pokemon I heard of. It has a particular name, but it's like permadeath for your Pokemon. So if your Pokemon faints, like you lose your Pokemon.
Uh, Nuzlocke. I think it's called Nuzlocke
Nuzlocke. Yep.
challenge.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, that's the challenge. I've actually been interested in that. I was like, that sounds like a fun thing.
Yeah, dude.
But
Same.
yeah, but for me, um, I don't know why, but Pokemon sometimes for games I have very like certain moods. I'm currently in my like Minecraft phase where I'm like
Mm,
playing Minecraft every day, and then I'm probably like gonna hibernate for like the next 6 months. Never going to touch it unless I have the mood again. And I think kind of same goes for Pokemon.
yeah. Gotta have the right vibe. Mm.
Yeah.
They another a franchise where randomizers are very prevalent is the Resident Evil franchise. And I've been watching a lot of streamer Bakba Soup. He does a lot of Resident Evil stuff and like the randomizers too. There's like literally for like Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4. There's and actually Resident Evil 2 in particular has like the most in-depth randomizer. It's called BioRand, and like you can randomize doors, enemies, items, like characters too, and like the voice lines are randomized as well. So if a certain character gets randomized to another character, like they will say that character's voice lines in whatever random order, right? And it's funny for
Hmm.
characters that only have like three voice lines, they just like end up saying their three voice lines and then like it's just totally quiet, but they're still doing their like talking motions on screen.
Alright, that reminds me. Grand Theft Auto has a lot of uses with randomizers.
Yes, the chaos randomizer.
Yeah, the case randomizers. I don't watch the runs because I don't have the attention span nor the time to actually watch those. But I love like watching the highlights because it only shows like the funniest stuff,
Mm.
and it's actually pretty funny to watch it.
Yeah, no. The GTA randomizers are awesome. Hugo One on YouTube. I've actually
Hugo
watched a
One, Dark
lot.
Viper.
Yeah. I watched a lot of those on YouTube. But you know, I learned something recently. This is a really interesting tidbit of information I stumbled across. So, the idea of a randomizer for a game was not born from community modding or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so hold on. I'm just gonna do a quick Google so I can have accurate information.
Of course.
Oh, whoops. So Resident Evil 2
Yes.
came out it came out in 1998, or maybe that's when the N64 version came out. So they came out with an N64 version of that game, and it was actually a really impressive feat to take that PS1 game and fucking
Yeah.
compress it down to an N64 cartridge.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of that.
Yeah. But that's not all they did. They added like other stuff exclusive to that version into the game, including a randomizer. Now, it's not like the randomizers we see today where like, oh, enemies like I think it might have like literally just been an item randomizer and like it didn't randomize key items. Maybe it did enemies too, but like yeah, literally the first randomizer was officially a part of a game in 1998.
Oh, never know that.
Yeah, right. I had found that super interesting that like, oh wow, like someone had this idea back in fucking
Years and years.
98, dude. Like
Yeah.
cool stuff. You can also change the blood color in that version of the game, which I thought looked really cool when I was like watching the video on it, you know, like it's green and blue blood and like
I hope it's not white for obvious reasons.
Oh, Jesus.
Hmm.
Get your mind out of the gutter. So,
Okay,
man.
next topic, because we kind of quiet.
Yeah, right. Dude, so fucking Death Stranding 2, man. I still don't know how I feel about that. Because
That DS2 is happening.
yeah, because of course Death Stranding came out and I love Death Stranding right off the
Mm.
hop. Obviously that game is not for everybody. That's the first thing I will say about Death Stranding is like it is a game for like Kojima fans. Fuck, there was probably even like diehard like Kojima Metal Gear fans that looked at Death Stranding and was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, it's a very specific type of game.
Fucking UPS simulator.
Yeah. I very much enjoyed the game though. As much as it
Yeah.
was like pretty much a postman simulator. The environments were nice.
Yeah.
That is true. It's very pleasant to look at. The story is whack but unique. And it's like, own Kojima way.
It's
Like
very Kojima. You know,
like
actually
it's something Kojima could only come up with.
yeah, after the plot drought of MGS5, like I didn't care that the plot in Death Stranding was super weird and vague and I could barely understand it. I was just like, "Hey, you know what? We get a plot this time. Let's just be happy."
Yeah, I still like have questions regarding how fragile it was, blah 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 blah, whatever. But I'm kind of happy that Death Stranding 2 is in the works. Although Death Stranding wasn't definitely like the best in terms of gameplay. It was unique. It was definitely unique, but may not be necessarily a good thing. um, but there was just something missing about the gameplay. I think, at least it kept me wanting more of something. So it's definitely better to have that than have enough of the game.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is though.
The one part of the game that I find to just suck, I wouldn't even say the combat in and of
Right, the
itself.
combat is mid.
Yeah. In particular, the boss battles, man. It's just like you're just throwing blood grenades over and over and over and it's like
Yeah, that was kind of like the only like rememberable. Am I saying it right? My English skills are dying. I think I'm
close
dying
enough.
of exhaustion. Fuck you. Um, the one that I can like really like recall pleasantly was the final oh my god, I almost said bite, as in fight and battle together. Oh my god. Okay, like the final fight with, you know, what's his face? I forgot.
Me too.
The Troy Baker guy.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Right,
Just go by the actor.
right.
Yeah. Higgs. Yes,
There
Higgs.
we go. Yeah.
The final one with Higgs, because like very much reminded me of final battle of Metal Gear Solid 4, which I'm pretty sure it was made on purpose with the live wars and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Like an obvious reference, like, just it's literally a Kojima game. It's going to happen. This stuff is going to happen.
Of course.
But yeah, that was fun. Not necessarily the first phase, which I'm pretty sure you're supposed to like deal with like other beings in the game, where you just have to wait for him to attack. You dodge the attack, you attack him, and you do that like 9,000 times. It was the final phase where you had a fist fight.
Right.
That was fun. That was very fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the ending too. Like, I was satisfied with the ending. And now I'm a picky little bitch, man. Like, when it comes to endings. Like, I will be the first guy, even if the ending was okay, I will be the first guy to be like, that ending sucked. But like, I actually really liked Death Stranding's ending, even though I was confused as fuck. Like, when you're just like stranded, stranded, on the
Wow.
beach, and you're just like walking around trying to figure out what to do, and then
Yeah, the whole beaches and BT thing's really confusing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kojima himself wasn't like, able to like explain.
yeah, exactly right. Like, Mr. Kojima, what's this game about? He's like, bro, I don't fucking know. Why are you
It's
asking me like I made
definitely,
it?
but it's definitely confusing. Like, I don't think even Kojima would be able to like make up like uh, a reason for like how it works or exists.
Yeah. It's nice to and this is a really good analogy actually. It's nice to see him finally get outside of the box of Metal Gear, because
Yeah,
he wanted to stop working on Metal Gear
sense too.
15 years before he actually stopped working on it, right? And when he finally got outside of this box and was like, I'm doing my next thing. I am doing my next creative endeavor. And
Hmm.
I thought it was incredible. I mean, like, of course it is like the weirdest of the fucking weird, and I don't get it even kind of, but like, that's almost kind of why I like it. Cuz I definitely want to sink my teeth into Death Stranding again, cuz I haven't played it since it like released. So I want to play it again, leading up to the DS2 release. But um,
Hmm.
like, yeah, I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat every cutscene, trying to take out whatever tidbits of information I can and figure shit out about this universe. Now, the sequel, DS2, like, what's it gonna be about? That's what I'm trying to wrap my head around. I'm like, what's going on
Personally,
here? What's gonna be the plot? Like, what?
because I don't recall the trailer very much, but I'm pretty sure like Sam and I think Fragile herself were like both like significantly older. I think I could be wrong, but I'm having a slight feeling it's going to be about the BT we had the whole game.
Right.
At least like I think that would be like the safe option. Like you're gonna be playing as the no, not the BT, the BB. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my god, playing as the BT.
Oh shit. Um, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll give him this. I'm just like with Death Stranding 1. I am very curious because like when Death Stranding 1 was coming out, I was like, what is this? What is this about? Like what? I was very curious. And even though now like I know the universe of Death Stranding, like I kind of have an idea of what the game is going to be like, but I'm still very curious like what are they going to do with this?
Yeah, it's Kojima. He'll figure something out.
Oh yeah. I'm very excited for the next Kojima project. It's Xbox exclusive horror game. Have you heard about this?
I think only like you told me about it, but I don't think I've like seen or heard much about it myself. I
Yeah,
just like heard, oh yeah, Death Stranding 2 is coming out by my brother, and that's
right.
about it.
And then some snippet online somewhere I saw like just like obviously there's no trailers out or anything like that, but it is it is in the works apparently. A Kojima horror game because I mean, and I'm very excited for that because PT was incredible. People raved about that, and then of course Silent Hills got canceled because fucking Konami. Fucking Konami. Yeah. By the way, that's our motto here in Greasy Heaven is fuck Konami. They the enemy. We building up our fighting force. We storming Konami headquarters. Okay.
Well, while on the topic of Konami, do you think they'll be like making a remake or something of Metal Gear or anything? That's not going to be either a shitty survival game like Survive or a
Fuck
pachinko
right.
slot.
They're the fucking pachinko machines. Well, I was very surprised to hear about the Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm
Hmm.
like, I'm like, okay, wait, they're doing stuff,
Yeah, they're
and
like making games? What?
yeah, right. Well, I apparently they made a game not all that long ago. Did you hear about that football game that they came out with?
That comes out every year?
Oh, really? Is it a yearly release?
I'm not sure if it has like a 20. It's like Football Manager, isn't it? Right? It's Football Manager, right? It's
No,
Football
no,
Manager.
no. I
No,
don't think
oh,
so.
that's a Sega thing. Oh my god, I'm stupid.
I can't
Wait,
remember
hold
what it
on.
was called, but it actually came out fairly recently, and it was just a disaster. And
Hold
like
on.
at launch,
Pro Evolution, right?
yeah, I think so. I can't
Hold on.
remember. I don't have brain capacity.
Pro Evolution Soccer, PES.
Yeah.
Konami, yeah. Hold on. Games. Where is it? Pro Evolution. It's a really thing. Of
So,
course it is.
so I mean, like, so they're still into making video games, but I'm like, they made a fucking football game that absolutely just tanked and is shit. And even after they fixed it, apparently is still shit. So again, Silent Hill 2 gets announced, and I'm like, oh shit. So I like how they're like, "Okay, we want to do Silent Hill remake." The natural choice, like the first thought in one's head might be like, "Okay, remake the first one." But they were like, "Well, no, we're gonna remake the second one." And I know you don't have context for the Silent Hill series, but
Hmm.
I think two is revered as like the pinnacle of the series, and three too. People rave about three, but I haven't played that one all the way through, so I can't really speak on it. So they were like, okay, you know what? We're not gonna like start from the beginning. We're just gonna remake the best one. So if they did decide to, do something with the Metal Gear IP, I almost think I would like to see them do the same thing. Not like a Metal Gear Solid remake, do a Metal Gear Solid 2 remake.
I
Do
was
the
thinking
same
more
thing.
of Metal Gear Solid 3 because
Or that.
chronologically the first game and also like had like the best of both worlds in terms of gameplay and story. I think.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I definitely Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake were are definitely like are they outdated or just like very old school? What do you think?
Hmm.
I haven't played both like to the finish by myself.
Me
I did
neither.
try Metal Gear a few times, but I never was able to go far with it, I think.
I don't.
Uh,
I don't
One thing that I
know.
remember about Metal Gear, you know, there's like a NES port and
Yeah, which is like a
Xbox
totally
port.
separate game, and then there's like
Yeah,
Snake's Revenge, like all this crazy
yeah.
shit.
I remembered like a very specific thing, and that I think in Metal Gear on NES, there's a password screen, and you can type fuck, and then like fuck 1111111, and you would go to like the final area, I think. Let me check because I remember that on like the Angry Video Game Nerd. Metal Gear
Oh,
NES password generator. What? There's a generator?
dude, what the fuck?
Wait,
Why
okay.
why are there
That's a
so
Metal
many
Gear
layers to
password.
bootleg Metal Gear?
No, okay, no. Listen, codes. Fuck me. 1111111. Enter the last part of the game with absolutely no weapons or equipment. I'm not kidding. That's the actual code. It's called fuck me.
I think that's beautiful. Oh. You know what? I think you actually brought up a very good point. If
Wait, did
Konami
I? I'm not sure. I'm just talking random gibberish.
if Konami is actually going to do something with the Metal Gear IP, I think the place to start would be reimagining the original games, the start of the series, because I mean like you you could remake the Metal Gear Solid games, but I think most of them still hold up pretty well. I so definitely the thing in the series that is the most screaming for a remake would definitely have to be the original two.
Yeah, Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 because they're just like 8-bit games. Which is not to
Yeah.
say it's bad. I
No, right?
mean, all the games can be good. I mean, like, you know, Super Mario World, for example, is like awesome on its own. Even like the 8-bit games of Mario, like they're awesome on their own, and they don't need a remake. There was a remake, the All Stars version, I think. And I'm not sure about those because I never played, but they do seem like, you know, just a visual upgrade on top of
Right.
the original games.
For me, it was hard going back because like I had played the whole entire franchise at that point, pretty much. And then it was
Mm.
like, oh, here's the old school MSX games where it all started, and I was just like, I couldn't get into it because it was like, oh man, like this feels stiff or something like that. I'm
Clunky
like,
and just feels old.
yeah, right, a shitty old game. Eh.
I think for the fans, like Metal Gear fans, I think like the best ones would be the original two plus Metal Gear Solid. At least like on the visual part, because Metal Gear Solid 2 still looks up decent. I think.
Mm,
Like, I mean, as long as you can like distinguish faces, I think we're on par with okay.
right.
Because one just had, you know, nodding heads. You literally had no idea what Snake looked like.
No eyes. Which is crazy to me because other games of the era had eyes, so I don't know, man. Maybe they were just like, fuck it. We want to put time into other stuff. No eyes.
Mm.
Yeah. But I realized the other day, I was like,
I mean, sorry to interrupt you, but Metal Gear Solid 1 does have a remake, Twin Snakes, but it clashes with the Metal Gear Solid 2 gameplay mechanics.
yeah,
You may
exactly.
have played the game yourself or have heard from my video, but the soundtrack is worse,
Yeah.
definitely.
Other than
The
the menu theme fucking slaps. But beyond that,
Yeah,
yeah, it
it's
sucks.
nice, it's decent, but um, yeah, the inclusion of like the M9 like in the story, kind of clashes. Because
Well,
you can choose to take out people like non-lethally, then like look at it like, oh, you killed my comrades, even though you didn't.
right.
So it very much clashes. Plus the mechanics of being able to do headshots whenever you feel like it,
Yeah, yeah,
and
exactly. That
anything
first
from the
person
rails.
aiming. Um, that full free range first person aiming, and just all these new features with the MGS2 engine, um, like it just didn't work with the MGS1 map design, because like with
Yeah.
map design they kept everything faithful, but with all these new abilities with the new engine, it like suddenly becomes like a lot easier to the point that it's broken. This is what I've heard anyway. I haven't extensively played Twin Snakes for myself, but
I kind of wish they would make like a classic mode, like a classic with all the mechanics, and
yeah.
like the mm, what sort of thing? Not normal mode. What would be a good word for like not classic in this context?
I don't know. Maybe like original mode or something. I
The
don't know.
original would mean classic.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's fucking. Don't listen to me.
Or like just Metal Gear Solid mode or Metal Gear Solid 2 mode. I think those distinguish.
Mm.
But yeah, what are you saying? As I forgot, kind of running like my mind is already dying already a little bit.
Oh yeah, same, same. The brain's getting to fumes here. But yeah, Twin Snakes, man. I mean, I've never played it for myself, and I do want to, but I definitely see the things people say about it, and one of the arguments that people have is like some of the action scenes and cutscenes are like super over the top, and
Yeah, like Matrix like.
yeah, and there's some that I agree with. Like I know in the Hind cutscenes, like Snake
Yeah.
like jumps off a missile, and it's like,
A fireball
whoa,
missile, and he gets a
okay,
perfect shot. And he does
okay,
the like trick shot on Sniper Wolf. Just like a 360 fucking trick shot.
right.
I've heard some people say that, oh, Twin Snakes is like Otacon's retelling of the Shadow Moses incident, which I guess could be a little fun headcanon.
Yeah,
Because like
actually,
Otacon might just like do some like anime cutscene bullshit in his head.
right, literally,
So I mean, I could. That's a fun headcanon.
right. No, it's fun to theorize. I mean, have you heard the theory about MGS3?
That it's VR mission.
Yeah,
It's MatPat, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a MatPat
Of
theory,
course.
and and basically, what he theorizes is that
It's
Metal
a
Gear
simulation
Solid
for
3,
Venom Snake.
yeah, is Venom Snake's VR training to
Yeah, because of
reliving
like
Big
Colonel
Boss's
saying,
events,
"Oh, it's a time paradox. You cannot change the future."
right? Another piece of evidence he found is calorie mates. Calorie
Yeah,
mates did not exist in the 60s. When did they start existing? The
in the
80s.
80s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, dude, that's pretty concrete. I don't know, man.
I mean, I think of MatPat theories as just like fun, silly theories rather than actual theories, because a lot of them are just like stupid. Like, what does like an item like? I know it's like a real world item, right?
Hmm.
Like come on, like, is it really like concrete? Like,
Oh no, yeah,
I
no,
I
that's
I could
reaching. I agree.
I could understand the whole thing with like Colonel saying, "Oh, Snake, you create a time paradox." Which, now that I think about it, what the fuck does Colonel have? How is the Colonel even here?
So many questions, no answers.
Okay, so what now? Are we wrapping up or got more to talk about?
What we can wrap up. We've been going for an hour now,
An hour?
so I think an hour is a good length because I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna be like, fuck, are we gonna be able to keep this ball rolling for like even 30 minutes? And then we're just like chatting away. In my brain, it's been like 5 minutes. I look down, I'm like, oh my god, this has been
Yeah,
40 minutes already, and now we're at fucking an hour 11.
hmm. It was fun though.
Yeah,
A
hell
fun
yeah.
little start to our little project.
Yes. So I hope y'all enjoyed the first edition of the Greasy Heaven
Greasy
podcast.
podcast.
Yes, sir. And we will be here every week. Barring acts of
Well.
God. I mean, I can't.
Barring your sleeping habits.
But yeah. So thanks for watching. Goodbye, and
Thank you
we'll
for having me here.
yeah, and we'll see y'all next week. Thanks for coming out, man.
Bye bye.